It's early part of July. It's hot as usual. This is our brooder house, where all of our pasture raised broilers, chickens, turkeys, ducks start out. It's our shop that we have 3, 7, or 8 foot round cattle water tanks, and then with hardware cloth lids to keep the birds in and or the predators out. Heat lamps hung from the ceiling. Of course, if everything that's in here is way past heat lamp stage, everything will stay in here for the first 3 or 4 weeks until they get started and feathered out before they go outside to our pasture chicken tractors. Had ducklings in here that got moved out earlier this week. These are our 4th group of broiler chickens this year. These two match each other. They're about 75 in a tank. There's some older ones that were moved out a week ago, and I split these up. We had a kind of a shipping snafu with the heat, so we had to get broilers a second time around. Otherwise, we would have had them all. So we kind of got a little congested in here. But these guys are 2.5 weeks old. They'll be going outside in about 3 or 4 days. Need to move some ducks around to make up room for them. Then they'll go outside. We're just gonna do our daily feeding chores, which give them some fresh bedding, which I already did, and top their feeders off and their waters off. The first week, chores are pretty easy, and then the first week that they go outside, the chores are pretty easy. That's partially because they step up to like the next feeder and water size. So when they're baby chicks, the waters will last a couple of days before they get refilled. The same way with outside, they'll move up to a bigger amount of water, and plus there's fewer birds when they go outside per tractor. So these 75 will get divided into three chicken tractors. So before they start catching up with the feeding waters out there, they're about ready for market. And when these guys start catching up with their feeding water in here, they're ready to move outside basically. These feeders I got first started using them this year. They are meant to go under feed lines and broiler houses for extra feeder space. Usually by the time they're this age, I switch them to the hanging feeders. Because these feeders are just plastic and lightweight, and they start to knock them around and dump them. And then in a future video, I'll go through the our setup of how I start baby chicks and the feeders we use, because we use different feeders at different sizes, different ages, and kind of the reasoning behind them, and then the number of birds per tank and how it works with our outdoor setup. These are Cornish rock cross broiler chickens, males and females. It's the same breed of chicken that you get at the grocery store. Bars are raised differently and then are marketed directly to the consumers. There's some more ducklings coming in next week, and then some turkeys the week after that. And then we'll be starting some layer pullets and more broiler chickens in the next 6 weeks or so. I kind of have a schedule of what I can do when, based on the space in here, and then how it works outside. So that's kind of what we have to follow. The idea is to keep everything full throughout the season. Since we do basically from May through October, raise broiler chickens and other poultry to sell for meat, and we can get by with a lot less infrastructure if we do them in groups throughout the summer. Because, like I said, these are 2.5 weeks old. They will be gone to market by the time they're 8 weeks old. The video that I showed last, those broilers, they've been long gone. So these guys grow fast, and you can turn 5 or 6 groups throughout the summer. So it's kind of how we kind of got a system kind of set up and a schedule to work with, and that works with our customer needs. But let's go ahead and do the next pen, which is identical to this pen, but they grow fast. They look different than they did a week ago. They basically will gain a pound a week, double their size, triple their size. So yeah, they're about Cornish game hen size, and that is what a Cornish game hen is a 3 or 4 week old broiler chicken. So that's these, and we're going to keep moving on to the next one. So thanks for watching. Questions, comments, all fun YouTube stuff as always, and we'll see you guys next time.